Hi, and welcome to my kitchen. I'm Stacy Shields, and today we're going to make a delicious dip for you. It is a creamy roasted garlic and onion dip. It's got balsamic vinegar, it's got goat cheese, it's got creamy Philadelphia cream cheese. It is so delicious. We're going to go ahead and get started, okay? First thing we're going to do is we're going to take, I have 8 cloves of garlic, 1 tablespoon of olive oil. We're going to cover that with foil. We're going to roast it in the oven until it gets nice and soft and those flavors develop. So yummy. We're going to go ahead and stick this at 450 degrees. Stick it in, loosely covered in foil. Okay, next thing we're going to do, I'm going to turn my oven, or my stove I guess. We're going to melt, we're going to melt half a stick of butter in our pan, okay? I'm going to go ahead and let that get started. And while that is melting up for us, I'm going to come over here. We're going to start on our onion. We have 2 medium-sized red onions. We're going to slice those up. I'm using a mandolin. It's just super easy that way. All we're going to do, cut it in half, place it right there. We're going to really quickly just slice those up. There you go. It's just that easy. And we're going to take all of these beautiful onions, we're going to throw them into our pan with the butter. Okay? So I'm just going to take this right over here into the pan. Oh, sizzling already. Love it. Okay. So, while our garlic is roasting, probably about 35-40 minutes, we're going to let our onions cook up. They're going to get super soft. They're going to kind of caramelize themselves. It's going to be super yummy, super delicious. Okay, so we just pulled our garlic out of the oven. It's looking great. Yum. And now we have our onions that are all soft, nice, caramelized, yummy. What we're going to do with these is we're going to add in 1.5 tablespoons of brown sugar. Okay, now that is just going to melt in. And it's going to mix that butter and just delicious. It's going to help caramelize those onions even more. Okay. And then we're going to add in 3 ounces of fabulous Philadelphia cream cheese. This is going to make this dip creamy and ooey and gooey. Yum. Okay, so I'm going to add that in. And now, while that is melting in, I'm going to tell you what we're going to do next, okay? We're going to layer the onions on the bottom of the casserole. We're going to add in that caramelized, crisp, soft garlic on top of that. And then on top of that, we're going to sprinkle goat cheese. Now, goat cheese has a really distinct, yummy flavor, and I love goat cheese. And my husband really loves goat cheese. Okay? So now once that's all layered up, we're going to stick it back in the oven. We're going to lower the temperature to 350. And then when it comes out, it's going to be all ooey and gooey and bubbling. Okay, and then we're going to add on another layer of flavor on top of that. I can't wait to show you. Okay, so our onions are going into our pan. See how that cream cheese melted in, nice and ooey and gooey. And you're going to want to, oops, just kind of spread that out. Get a nice layer going. Okay, I'm going to kind of clean that up just a little bit. And we're going to sprinkle on that garlic that I was telling you about. Just like that, kind of get it in a nice layer. Oh, yum. And then we're going to sprinkle on our goat cheese. Now goat cheese comes in a little log, like this. So all we're going to do is just kind of break it up on top. It's going to add even more creaminess. Just right like that. Oh my gosh. Yum. And that's about 4 ounces. They come in a 4-ounce log. So we're going to stick this in the oven. Okay, so I just pulled our dip from the oven. It's looking delicious. I'm going to show you. We're going to add even more flavor to this. What we're going to do is add 1 tablespoon of balsamic vinegar. I'm just going to lightly do that around like that. That's gonna melt in with all that ooey gooiness. And the last thing that we're gonna add is we're going to chop up some basil to kind of sprinkle on top, okay? So the easiest way to chop that is just to kind of stack it on top of each other. I have some that I just got from our fresh herb garden. And I'm just gonna thinly slice it. Now I also wanted to mention to you that you may think that 8 cloves of garlic in our dip is a lot, but when you roast it, oh, I wish you could smell this basil. So yummy. When you roast the garlic, it definitely mellows out the flavor a lot more. It's not gonna be that sharp garlic taste. It's gonna be something smooth and yummy. So you're not gonna be smelling like garlic all week. Definitely is delicious. So we're just gonna sprinkle this on top. Isn't that gorgeous? Love it. Okay, so now while this is cooling down enough for me to have a bite, because I'm really excited about having a bite, I'm gonna go ahead and pop in some baguette slices into the oven, just crisp them up a little bit. I have just simply brushed them, a little bit of butter, because butter makes everything better. And I'm just gonna pop this in the oven, get these yummy, okay? Okay, so our creamy roasted garlic and onion dip is all ready to go. Okay, I'm gonna have a little bite. Now this has so many different layers of flavor. It's got the creamy sweetness of those onions. It's got the delicious roasted garlic in it. It's got that tangy goat cheese. It's got the sweet basil. It's got the kick of that balsamic vinegar. So much flavor, so much goodness. I know you're gonna like it just as much as everyone does that I make it for. So thanks so much, and I'll see you soon. Yum.